Now, by the time you see this, I will be home in Ireland for the first time in a year and a half. I'm very excited about it, but August, it is the month for traveling, vacation, holidays, whether that's abroad or at home in your own country. So let's talk about things that you can declutter in the month of August. Let's go. Hi guys, it's Laura and I help you live a simpler, happier, more spacious life. And every month I do this series where I talk about 10 things that you can declutter that month. It is to take the guesswork out of what to get rid of. First up for the month of August is travel bags, suitcases, duffel bags, backpacks, packing cubes, anything that you would use to pack up your stuff and go. Now, I don't know about you, but I know over the years we have definitely collected more than we need. We don't travel all that often. I mean, we do sometimes travel transatlantic, so we do need slightly bigger bags, but we have way more bags than we need. I'm sure the same is probably true for you. Over the years, you maybe buy a new suitcase, but you don't get rid of the old one just in case, and now it's been 10 years and you haven't used at least one of those suitcases, or maybe you're not using your packing cubes anymore. Whatever it is, now's a great time to go through and get rid of the ones, donate the ones that you don't really want anymore. Someone else will be very grateful for them. Okay, let's bring it up here for this next one, and that is any sort of casual dress or cover up or caftan, anything like that, anything that you might wear on a hot summer's day or over swimwear, lounging by the pool, things like that. If you are in the northern hemisphere like I am, chances are this stuff is probably starting to come back into regular rotation for you. If you aren't currently using it, you're probably about to start using it because hallelujah, warmer weather. If you're in the southern hemisphere, depending where you are, maybe you have packed some of that stuff away for the winter, or maybe, again, like I said, depending on where you are, maybe it's still warm and you're still using them. Either way, go through those items and donate or declutter or recycle the things that you are not wearing anymore. Maybe they just don't fit you anymore, maybe they don't flatter you anymore, maybe you're just not keen on them anymore, or maybe you find that you're just not getting the use out of them that you thought you would. Again, someone else would love to have those, so go through, pick out the ones that are not Joyce Barkers anymore and pass those along. Listen, it has been quite the year. Nobody has been anywhere in a long time probably, so if you are not currently wearing that stuff, if you're not breaking out all the stuff and wearing all the stuff and getting enjoyment out of it and use out of it, you're probably not going to at this stage. Just say a fond farewell. You can see I've already started picking out outfits for Ireland, things that I think I wanted to take home with me. Weather dependent. Listen, there has been a heat wave in Ireland the past few weeks, but I am leaving here on Tuesday, and from Tuesday it's just rain all the way. Typical. Anyway, next on the list is hats. This is not going to fit because I've got a ponytail on. And sunglasses. They look any more ridiculous? Actually, these sunglasses are really handy for the studio lights, which are currently blinding me. But again, keeping it holiday themed, do you have a lot of hats? Do you have a lot of sunglasses that you don't really wear? I know for me, I have probably 4-ish pairs of sunglasses. I wear 2 on a regular basis. This hat I hardly ever wear, in fairness. Like, where would I be going? But I do keep it because sometimes on a sun holiday you do need a wide brimmed hat. So I keep this one, and the only other 2 hats I have are 2 caps that I wear on a more regular basis, just when I'm kind of out and about walking the dog or whatever and just want to keep the sun out of my eyes, plus sunglasses, of course. Yes, how many sun hats do you own compared to how many you actually wear? And the same with the sunglasses. Probably have your favorite ones that you reach for on a more regular basis. My husband and my daughter, for some reason, are all about the sunglasses. We have a drawer downstairs that has lots of pairs of sunglasses in it. I don't really understand it. Like I said, I have 2 that I wear on a regular basis. These yellow ones, and then just a pair of black Ray-Bans. That's it. Those are in my car for when I'm driving. But yeah, root them out, go through them. Maybe you've got like a sun visor or some form of thing, I don't know, but whatever you use to kind of protect your eyes and your face from the sun. Go through, declutter what you do not need or want. Tempted to keep these on for the rest of the video, but I won't. But ooh, chic. Here we go. Let's move on to the next one. Okay, let's move into the laundry room for this next one because we are talking laundry supplies. Now, if you are like me, before you go anywhere, you wash every piece of clothing you own because you want to have options. When you're going on holidays, you want to make sure that you're picking from a wide selection of things. So, laundry supplies, go through them now, make that whole process a lot easier, but also when you come back, you're going to want to make the laundry process that much easier. You're just going to dump out the contents of your suitcase and you're going to wash everything. And once again, you're going to want to make that process as easy and efficient as possible. We are very fortunate in that we have a closet in our laundry room. So I keep all of the kind of cleaning supplies all in one place. Very convenient. I also have a shelf for clothes that no longer fit. Those are to be donated. And then there is this one for things that need to be ironed. We'll go through all of your cleaning supplies, all of your detergents, your fabric softeners, your like laundry pods, a dryer sheet, all that sort of stuff, maybe even your ironing board, any sort of cleaning supply, spot treatments, etc. If you want to go an extra mile, you can look at all the clothes that are currently in your laundry room, whether that is sitting in the laundry basket or have just been washed and are waiting to be folded, ironed and put away, and declutter some of those too. And you know, just catch up on all of the laundry before you go or after you come back, and just like I said, make that whole process easier. It's a lot easier if you don't already have things in the washing machine or in the dryer, or you don't already have a huge pile waiting to be folded or put away like I do right behind you. Well, listen, anything that makes the laundry process easier, I'm all about it. I'm sure you're all about it. So get those supplies, ship shape, have them all ready to hand. Make sure that they're all things that you actually use and that you're not kind of moving out of the way to get to other things that you actually use. Pare back and make it a seamless-ish process. Okay, let's just close the doors on all of this. I'll get back to that and move it right on back to another closet. Okay, let's talk things that you would bring to the beach. I am talking beach towels, like beach bags, beach balls, buckets and spades, all those things. For the amount of times that you actually go to the beach, you probably have more beach towels and beach bags than you need. Maybe you don't. If so, that's great, but go through your collection of things and see if there's anything there that can be whittled down. I know it can be really tempting every time you bring kids to the beach or anything to buy a new bucket and spade or some new kind of toys to play with on the beach, but then you end up with a mountain of them. And beach bags, they're one of those things that they're so inexpensive, and I don't know, when I was younger, like in my teens, anytime I bought like a fashion magazine or anything, they usually came with a free beach bag. You know, as soon as it came into the summer, every magazine seemed to have a free beach bag with it. I used to at one point have loads of beach bags, all those kind of free beach bags, and I rarely went to the beach. So all of those got decluttered a long time ago. But maybe you still have that collection, or like I said, it's so easy to come home with new things every time because they're so inexpensive, but inevitably you end up with a pile of things that you don't need. So sit down right now, kind of make a list of all the things that you would bring with you to the beach if you were going, then round up all of that stuff and see what you can get rid of or pass on. If you only go to the beach once or twice a year, and I don't even go that often, you probably only need 1 or 2 beach towels and really just 1 beach bag. Obviously, if you've got multiple kids, you may need multiple beach toys, but again, go through and see what's actually necessary, what you actually want to keep, and then let go of the rest. Okay, let's move downstairs for this next one, and that is passports or any sort of travel documentation or any sort of identification documentation. I know for me, anytime I am traveling with my daughter, I need not just our passports, but also her birth certificate and my marriage certificate. And that is because we do not share a surname. She has my husband's surname, I have my own. I didn't take his surname when we got married, so I have to prove that she is in fact my daughter. There was also a time there before we got our green cards when I had to bring all of my visa documentation. Now I can just bring the green card itself, but I used to have to bring around like a whole folder basically of paperwork with me anytime I traveled in or out of the country. So go through all of your travel documentation, your passports, maybe any sort of ID, you know, a birth cert, a marriage cert, visa papers, etc. I like to keep all of that stuff in one folder in my little filing cabinet down here, and that just keeps everything together together. Anytime I need a birth certificate, a marriage certificate, passports, any sort of identification, social security numbers, all of that stuff, it's all kept together in one place. Really, ideally, I would have it in some sort of fireproof safe, but I just don't. I think all of this stuff is probably replaceable if I needed to replace it. So yeah, go through all of your travel and identification documentation, make sure you have everything you need, make sure everything is up to date, get rid of anything that has expired or that you no longer need, and try and keep it all in the one place. Keep it all together so that when you do need to provide any of that documentation, you know exactly where it is. You can put your hands on it very quickly and very easily. Plus, checking all the expiry dates now is going to potentially save you a headache from, you know, waking up on the morning of your holiday, the date that you're due to fly, and realizing that your passport is out of date. Get all your ducks in a row, get all of your documentation lined up, make sure it's all still in date, it's still good to go. That's going to save you so much hassle. I think I left this next one upstairs and I'm not bothered going back up to get it, but that is foreign currency. You know, when you travel to a foreign country, you get some currency and then you just end up bringing it back in your wallet and you throw it in a bowl or you put it somewhere and you think, oh yes, I'll use that the next time I'm traveling to that country. But over time, it just builds up and you've got lots of foreign bills and coins and things, and they just make a mess and you never think to bring them back with you. For me, it's not too bad because I generally only have US currency or Irish currency, i.e. euro, and those would really be the only places that I would be traveling to. So it's fine for me to keep both of them because I do actually use both of them on a reasonably regular basis. But I'm willing to bet that you have some stash of foreign money somewhere that you're not using, and chances are you're not likely to use. How many times have you traveled and then thought, oh, I had that currency sitting at home somewhere? Just get rid of it now, bring it to the bank or something, get it exchanged, or make a conscious effort to bring it with you the next time you're going to that place. You know, keep it with your passport or something, put it in a little Ziploc bag and keep it with the stuff that you know that you'll be using the next time you travel. Maybe pop it in your suitcase, maybe, like I said, keep it with your passport, and stop it from gathering dirt and dust in a bowl or in a corner somewhere. Now let's talk about some natural decluttering. Natural decluttering is what I call just using things up as you would naturally, and food is a great thing to naturally declutter before you go away anywhere. Obviously, if you're going to be gone for a few days, a few weeks, you do not want to come home to moldy or expired food. So take some time before your trip to work through all of the contents of your pantry, maybe your fridge and freezer too. Obviously remove anything that has already expired or is just not good quality, anything that you're not going to eat, but also be conscious about using things up before you go. So using up all of the milk, using up all of the dairy products, using up all of the fruits and the vegetables. If you know, for example, that you are going to be going away next week, it's a great idea to make out a meal plan for the week before you go so that you are using up all of the stuff that you want to get rid of. By focusing on that, by actually making your meals out of that and being intentional about using up the food, it means that you're not going to have to trash things before you go, and as I said, you're not going to come home to a bunch of stuff that has expired. So use it all up now before you go, and then maybe make a short list for yourself of things that you would need to get immediately-ish upon your return. Things like milk and cereals and things like that, things that you would need almost straight away. You want to make sure that you're coming home to food that you can actually eat, and if there's something that you need that you can't, keep in your fridge or your pantry for the time that you're gone, you want to make sure that you know exactly what you need so that you can go out and buy it as soon as you can. So declutter the stuff that's already expired and use up the stuff that will expire before you get back. Next then, let's talk about kind of trinkets and memorabilia that you have picked up over the years on previous trips. We've all been there, we've brought home a seashell or postcards or just various bric-a-brac from all of the places that we have visited. And if you love that stuff, that's great, go ahead and keep it. But I would be willing to bet that there's something you picked up on a previous trip that you don't really want or love or use or need. It was just some kind of memento that you picked up maybe at the airport or something, thinking that it would be a lovely reminder of your trip, whereas in reality, maybe you have photographs of that trip and you have memories. You don't need the keyring or the bottle opener or whatever it is. Go around your home, see if you can find all of those little trinkets and things that you no longer need to keep. And then obviously be mindful on this trip not to bring home things kind of just for the sake of it. You don't have to bring something home from every trip. Like I said, you will have some photographs, you will have memories. You don't necessarily need a physical item. Obviously, if you see something that you absolutely love and you really think it would be a wonderful reminder of the trip, if it really speaks to your heart, if it really sparks joy for you, then yes, but be intentional about it. Don't bring something back just for the sake of it. As with most things in life, memories are in your head and in your heart, not in things. And finally then, let's do some digital decluttering. Go through the photographs from your last trip, or just pick any trip that you have ever been on. Go through those photographs. You probably have them on your phone. Maybe if you're old school or if it's from a long time ago, you may actually have a physical copy of it. But pick one trip that you went on. Go through those photographs and get rid of the ones that you don't want. Maybe when you look back at them, you realize that you don't remember where a picture was taken. Maybe it is blurry. Maybe you have multiple photographs of essentially the same thing. I know it's really easy when we go to a new place to be fascinated by everything, to take pictures of everything, and then that kind of feeling fades after a while, and you won't need a reminder of every single building that you saw, or every single statue, every single pretty flower or whatever it may be that you came across on your trip. Go through the trip photos and pick out the ones that are really meaningful to you and that are really special to you and evoke those wonderful holiday memories. Now, unlike with trinkets, where I'm kind of telling you to be intentional, not just to bring home stuff, I think when you're going somewhere, it's fine to take a bunch of photographs, because very often you don't really know until you're looking back what was a special occasion. You know, maybe you're going out for dinner or something and it seems like an average dinner, but then something wonderful happens and you want to kind of memorialize that evening. You never know when you're going on a trip what are going to be the standout moments. So I would say it's fine to take lots of pictures and then just make sure that when you come back, that you go back over them and whittle some down. You will find that immediately after you get back, you'll know that there are some that you don't need. Like I said, maybe you took multiple pictures of essentially the same thing. But it's a great idea every now and again to go back over an older trip and just get rid of some of those photographs. And now with everything decluttered, with everything close at hand, easy to access, you are going to have a much smoother packing or traveling journey. Your trip is going to be so much easier, or preparing for your trip is going to be so much easier when you're not looking for things or trying to move things out of the way or figure out where you left something. You'll be able to get ready so much quicker, and also then when you come back, the laundry process, the shopping process, all of that type of thing is going to be easier too. If you are going somewhere, let me know where you're going. Like I said, I am just about to go to Ireland. I'll be there by the time you see this video. And if you're not currently going somewhere, if you don't have any plans, any definite plans, where is somewhere that you would like to go next? And until next time then, go raibh míle maith agaibh. Agus feici mé sibh Slán!